There is a moment that comes into every person's life when they quietly ask themselves a question that nobody else can answer. It usually doesn't happen during the best days. It doesn't happen when everything is going perfectly. It often happens late at night, when the world is quiet, when distractions disappear, and when you are left alone with your thoughts. In that moment, you begin to wonder whether you are becoming the person you truly want to be. Think about that for a second. Every day, you wake up with 24 hours in front of you, 24 hours that can either move you closer to your dreams or farther away from them. The strange thing is that most people don't lose their dreams because they fail. They lose their dreams because they stop moving toward them. Not all at once, not dramatically, just little by little. One excuse becomes another, one delay becomes another, one missed opportunity becomes another, and before they realize it, years have passed. Imagine two people standing at the same starting line. They have similar talents, similar resources, and similar opportunities. One of them decides to improve just a little every day. They read a few pages of a book, they learn a new skill, they practice when nobody is watching, they make mistakes, but they keep going. The other person waits for the perfect moment. They wait until they feel motivated. They wait until circumstances become easier. They wait until they feel ready. A few years later, their lives look completely different. Not because one person was born special, not because one person got lucky, but because one person understood something important. Small actions, repeated consistently, create extraordinary results. The truth is that success is rarely a single moment. It is usually a collection of ordinary days. Days when nobody applauds you, days when nobody notices your effort, days when progress feels invisible. Those are the days that shape your future. Many people think confidence comes before action. They believe they must feel confident before they try something difficult, but confidence doesn't work that way. Confidence grows because of action. Every time you face a challenge, every time you push through discomfort, every time you do something that scares you a little, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. Nobody starts as an expert. Nobody gets on a bike for the first time and rides perfectly. There are mistakes, there are falls, there are moments of frustration. But eventually, after enough attempts, what once seemed impossible becomes natural. Life works the same way. The skills you admire in other people were built through repetition. The discipline you respect was developed over time. The achievements you see today are often the result of years of unseen effort. This is why education matters so much. Education is not just about passing exams or collecting certificates. True education changes the way you think. It teaches you how to solve problems. It teaches you how to adapt. It teaches you how to continue learning long after school ends. The world is constantly changing, new industries appear, technology evolves, opportunities shift. The people who thrive are not always the smartest people in the room. Often, they are the people who never stop learning. Every book you read adds something to your mind. Every skill you practice increases your value. Every lesson you learn becomes a tool you can use in the future. Sometimes the knowledge you gain today will not seem useful immediately. You may wonder if your effort is worth it. You may wonder if anyone notices. But growth is often happening beneath the surface, just like a seed growing underground before it ever breaks through the soil. One day, when an opportunity appears, all those hours of learning will suddenly matter. One of the greatest challenges people face is dealing with failure. Failure has a way of making us question ourselves. It can make us feel embarrassed. It can make us feel discouraged. It can make us want to quit. But failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is often part of the path to success. Every person you admire has experienced setbacks. Every entrepreneur has made mistakes. Every athlete has lost competitions. Every successful student has struggled with difficult subjects. What separates successful people from everyone else is not that they avoid failure, it is that they learn from it. Imagine if a child stopped trying to walk after falling for the first time. Imagine if they decided that falling meant they were not meant to walk. It sounds ridiculous because we understand that falling is part of learning, yet many adults treat their dreams differently. They experience one setback and immediately decide they are not talented enough. They hear one criticism and decide they are not capable. They face one obstacle and convince themselves to give up. But growth requires patience. The person you want to become is built through challenges. Difficult moments develop strength, obstacles develop creativity, responsibility develops maturity. The challenges you face today may be preparing you for opportunities you cannot yet see. There is also something important you should remember whenever you compare yourself to others. People often compare their beginning to someone else's middle. They compare their first step to someone else's 100th step. They see the results, but not the years of effort behind those results. Comparison can steal your focus. It can distract you from your own journey. Instead of asking whether you are ahead of someone else, ask whether you are improving compared to who you were yesterday. That is a much more meaningful measure of progress. Your life does not need to look like anyone else's. Your path does not need to match someone else's timeline. Success is not a race against other people. It is a commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. There will be days when motivation feels strong. There will also be days when motivation disappears completely. That is why discipline is so valuable. Motivation is an emotion. Discipline is a decision. Motivation says, I feel like doing this today. Discipline says, I will do this because it matters. The people who achieve remarkable things are not motivated every day. They simply continue showing up even when they don't feel like it. They understand that consistency is more powerful than occasional bursts of effort. A single workout will not transform your health. A single day of studying will not transform your knowledge. A single act of courage will not transform your life. But repeated consistently over time, those actions become life-changing. Every day is an opportunity to place another brick on the foundation of your future. You do not need to have everything figured out today. You do not need all the answers. You do not need a perfect plan. You simply need the courage to take the next step. The future is not built in giant leaps. It is built in small decisions made over and over again. The decision to learn instead of scroll, the decision to practice instead of procrastinate, the decision to try again instead of giving up, the decision to believe that your current circumstances do not define your future, because they don't. Where you start does not determine where you finish. Your background does not determine your destination. Your past mistakes do not determine your future achievements. What matters most is what you choose to do from this moment forward. Years from now, you will look back on this period of your life. You will remember the choices you made. You will remember whether you listened to your doubts or your potential. You will remember whether you allowed fear to stop you or whether you moved forward despite it. And one day, the person you become will be the result of the habits you build, the lessons you learn, the challenges you overcome, and the belief you choose to have in yourself. So, start today. Start before you feel ready. Start before conditions become perfect. Start with whatever resources you have. Learn, grow, improve, stay curious, stay patient, stay committed. There is more strength inside you than you realize. There is more potential inside you than you have discovered. There are opportunities ahead of you that you cannot yet see. Keep moving forward. Keep learning. Keep believing. Because the future you dream about is not created by chance. It is created by the choices you make today, and every step you take from this moment onward has the power to shape a life that you can one day look back on with pride.